You know, after the Manny Pacquiao fight, after rewatching the fight, especially in its entirety, with the walkouts and the introductions and stuff, I couldn't help but feel inspired by the legendary Manny Pacquiao. I mean, a part of me felt sad on fight night because I was like, man, like Mario Barrios is my favorite fighter, but I do not want to see Manny Pacquiao get hurt. We love Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao has given us so many incredible memories in the sport of boxing, probably more than anyone else. And for him to make a comeback at nearly 47 years old, a part of me was scared that Manny Pacquiao might get hurt while attempting to make history. But the Filipino fans, my goodness, I don't think I have ever seen a louder, more cheerful and inspiring crowd than the Filipino crowd when they were chanting the name Manny, Manny, Manny. And Manny Pacquiao was smiling from ear to ear, taking deep breaths while making the walkout to the song Hall of Fame. It felt so inspirational, not just for me because I am a young guy, but I gotta think that what about all the 40-year-olds? What about all the 50-year-olds? What about all the 60 and 70-year-olds watching this legendary, iconic figure who is a human at the end of the day, just like you and me, attempting to defy all odds right in front of our eyes? I even have goosebumps talking about it. That walkout with Manny hitting his gloves and the crowd cheering him on, packed out MGM Grand, nearly 20,000 people screaming the name Manny Pacquiao. And let's be honest, Manny Pacquiao, he can also admit that he isn't in his prime. But yet, the way the crowd showed up and the way the crowd were chanting his name, it's like as if they knew that Manny wasn't in his prime, but they all came out in support of this legend to cheer him on and to give him that spirit, to give him that positive energy, to push him through the tough moments. And we saw it in the fight. Mario Barrios had a lot of success to the body. I don't think Manny was ever hurt to the head. Maybe once he felt a good shot, but mostly Mario Barrios was going to the body frequently, and Manny Pacquiao was getting hurt to the body. Who knows if it wasn't for the crowd, if it wasn't for the positive energy that all the Filipino fans brought on fight night, maybe Manny wouldn't have been able to continue. Because we saw after the 5th or 6th round, Manny started to dip. His activity started to dip just by a bit. But then out of nowhere, a burst of energy, a burst of inspiration came out of Manny, and he started to pick up the pace once again. It was such an inspirational performance. And even when the fight was declared a draw, and even though we all thought Manny won, Manny didn't disrespect anyone. Manny didn't cry, didn't moan. He was so gracious on the mic. He was like, okay, God didn't give me the victory. All praise to God. I'm healthy, thank God. I will be back. I proved that I belong. Such inspiration. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember watching Manny Pacquiao fight Floyd Mayweather. And I wasn't really the biggest Manny Pacquiao fan, but I remember watching that fight thinking, Manny Pacquiao had, in my opinion, it was a draw versus Floyd Mayweather. And yet the entire world claimed that Floyd Mayweather dominated Manny Pacquiao. I don't think so. Floyd was never able to put a single dent in Manny Pacquiao. But on the other hand, Manny nearly knocked him out in the 4th round. And Manny hurt him many times in the fight. And I thought that fight was a draw. But nonetheless, he will never be remembered like Manny Pacquiao. And I don't even want to bring up the man's name anymore because he's an absolute disgrace to humanity. He's standing with all the wrong things, All he cares about is materialistic stuff in life. But on the other hand, look at Manny Pacquiao. Nearly gave away all his money to the people in need in the Philippines. Gave away billions of the Filipino currency to the starving Filipino people. Yes, that man might have won the fight. They might have given him the decision. But Manny Pacquiao is the real winner in life. Manny Pacquiao is the real people's champion. And all I can say is this. That is how you become the greatest of all time. That is how you become the people's champion. It's not about just what you do inside the ring, but most importantly, it's about what you do outside of the ring and how you carry yourself outside of the ring. Manny Pacquiao, you are an absolute hero.